Hello everyone, welcome to CC4 online course. Today's topic is Introduction to C++. Why C++? This is a very basic language and widely used for problem solving. It requires less writing, which will save your time. It does not have garbage collector, which saves memory. In Java, when we declare a problem, it will automatically assign 0 as value because Java has garbage collector. In CPP, if we don't declare the variable as 0, it will be assigned with garbage value because it doesn't clear it. You can just try to print a variable after declaring it. It will clear your confusion. Then faster input output, simple syntax. Java requires a scanner to take input, which causes time limit exited error. But in C++, scanf and printf is much more faster than Java. Then widely used for game developing, web developing and animation. C++ is also an object oriented programming just like Java, so it's widely used in developing sector as well. IDE. For C++, we need GCC compiler and we will use CodeBlocks as IDE. I'm just trying to show you. Download link is that one. You will get this link from the slide. Then just download as it's mentioned. Then go to download folder. You will see the zip file. Unzip it. Then go to this folder and click on codeblocks.exe. After clicking on it, just install as it says. I have already installed the codeblocks, so I will just show you. After opening the codeblocks, after install, to create a project, to code, you need to create a project. First you need to click on create a new project, then console application, then skip the page, then select language. We will code in C++, so always select C++. Next, give a title just like I am giving the title first class. Then folder to create project in, always change that to desktop, don't use C drive. And then click on next. Compiler is GNU GCC compiler and click on finish. You can see the project here. Just double click on sources, double click on main, the code will appear here. How to run it? Run this button and it will compile and run it automatically. And see, there are also some online IDE just like ideon.com, repl.it. You can open account and save your codes there. Now let's see some comparison between Java and C++. Here include bits /std c++.h work same as import java.util.star. It includes all necessary header files and libraries. I will explain this line later. Int main is same as public static void main string args. This is just a main method. Here the program will run. Then cout is used for displaying output. There is another way for showing output, this is printf. We will teach that later. And then return 0, it actually shows the execution of your program. So let's try to code this in CodeBlocks. So here is the code. I want to print that. Before printing that, I have to close that window and then I need to run this code. It's showing hello comma world because I have given comma here. Okay, now try to print this hello world after return 0. Let's see what happens. See, it doesn't print anything. That means when you write return 0, it means you are executing this program. The other command will not be executed. What if I use return a character instead of 0? It will give you error because they want a number, not a character. So let's then, why did you use namespace std? So what is the reason of using namespace std? We are telling the compiler that we are using a standard library. If we don't use namespace std in our code, then we have to write std cout, std cin, std vector, just like bracq library, bracq cafeteria. You have to mention it again and again if you don't write namespace std. If you write namespace std bracq, you will require less writing. You don't need to mention that library is from bracq, cafeteria is from bracq. We have already mentioned that all of them are from bracq, so you don't need to mention it again and again. std is a library, all the functions are from standard library. This is why we use namespace std. For example, you can see this code, we didn't use namespace std, that's why we need to mention the namespace again and again to let the compiler know that I am trying to execute blah blah library. Okay, then data types and variable declaration. There are 6 type of data we can use in C++: int, float, double, character, string, bool. So we already know int is for numbers, float is for decimal point numbers, floating point numbers, double is for larger floating point numbers, char we write char when we need a character, string when we need a collection of words or any sentence. Okay, and bool is for true or false. Always remember that we will avoid using float. Always double is preferable. Always solving a problem, try to use double, never use float. Taking input. You can use cin to take input and cout for output. Let's code. Let's say I want to take a number as an input, so I will write int a, then cin a, then cout. I want to print that output. So let's see what happens. Always try to return 0 because it's by convention. Okay, run. It's expecting you to give an input, so let's say I have given them 12. So see, they have printed 12. Now let's do another code. Take 2 integers from user and show the summation as output. So I have already given the code here. We'll just take 3 variables a, b and sum, where a and b will be input and summation will be the output. So I have taken the inputs a and b and then summed it up, then giving the output, the summation is sum. It will show the summation of a and b. What about I say you to take 2 integers from user and multiply them and then show the output. So let's code that first. Int a, b, sum cin a comma b, sum equal a into b, then print the sum. So let's check. Let's say I have given 20 into 30. I want to give 20 into 30. What will it give? After multiplication, it's giving me 600, right? Okay, then our code worked. Now what about I give a as 10 to the power 5 and b as 10 to the power 5. Let's check. Run this code. Egg 1 0 0 0 0 0, then again 1. Let me tell you one thing. There is no difference between giving the number side by side or giving the number after pressing enter, unless you are taking the whole line as an input. Okay, so it will work as well. Then the output is not actually the multiplication of this number, right? So something is wrong here. What's wrong? Actually a and b, both of them are integers, and 10 to the power 5 is acceptable. But in case of, actually this is not summation, that will be multiplication. MULT. So in case of a into b, if you multiply 10 to the power 5 into 10 to the power 5, it will give you 10 to the power 10. But 10 to the power 10 is not integer, it's a long value. You can check the ranges of data type. 10 to the power 8 is just like maximum value of integer, and then we can use long if the number is more than 10 to the power 8 or 10 to the power 9. Okay, so 10 to the power 10 is obviously a long number. So let's write the result should be long, right? So I am just sorry, I'm just writing long multiply. Now it should answer the perfect answer, right? So let's check. One 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 0, but it's not showing the correct output. Then what's wrong with it? Things need to be handled carefully. If you sum up two integer number, it will always give you an integer number. It will, if you try to divide two integer number, it will give you integer number, and if you try to multiply two integer number, it will give you integer number. So here be an integer number, but you are trying to multiply two integer number and store it in a long number. But as you are trying to multiply two integer number, it will give you a integer result which will be stored in a long value. So what can we do? We can just using casting. What we will do, instead of writing a into b, I will cast a into b to long, so that when a and b will be multiplied, it give you a long result that you can store in result. So it will give you perfect answer. There another way. This is just declare declare any one variable as long, so that you are trying to multiply with integer and long number, and it can give you a long number. So these are the solution for this problem. So try to code it. So I'm just writing here long, and it will give you the correct output, I hope. It takes a bit time. 1 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 0, then check it's working. Okay, next, like you want to divide A and B. Here 11 divided by 5 should be 2 point something, right? But if you don't cast it, it will not give you double answer, it will give you just only 2. So to get the double answer, you have to cast A to double, or you just need to multiply one of the variable with 1.0. It will give you the double answer if you need. Decimal point value. To determine how many numbers will be taken after point, we can just use set precision method. That means you just try to that means when you are trying to just 2.0 by 6, it will show you 0.33333. This is a standard output, but you want it that it should show 10 numbers after the decimal point. So just write cout fixed, then again set precision, the number of the numbers that you want after the point, and then the division method or a variable, anything you want to print, and then /n. You can write endl or /n, both of them will produce one extra line. So that was the first segment of today's class. After that we will learn scanf, printf, string, condition, loop, break, continue, and end of file. Thank you. Take care.